Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician's channel, and today we're going to be going into 5 more things from Harbor Freight I believe you should pick up. Now, just like the previous other videos that I've posted, just like this one, these are not the top 5 things at Harbor Freight. These are just 5 things I believe are worth the purchase. So I really hope you guys enjoy. If you guys haven't checked out the previous videos of this style, go ahead and check those out. I have a couple other parts, but I really hope you guys enjoy. Also, if you guys know of items that you've had really good experiences with that I don't mention in this video or the previous ones, please feel free to drop it down in the comments. Other than that, first up, we're looking at the magnetic hooks at Harbor Freight. They have a few different variations. They have like really small versions of these. Those aren't what I'm talking about. This is specifically what I'm talking about. These can usually be found over by the 5-drawer service carts and stuff, along with like the other magnetic attachments and stuff for those service carts and toolboxes. It's got a rubberized backing on it to kind of protect it on your toolbox or your tool cart or anything like that. It's a non-marring surface. It's got a 25-pound magnet on it, so it should be able to support up to 25 pounds. And I've used this in the past to hold my grease guns. And while they're not 25 pounds, they do weigh a pretty decent amount. And I'll show you a picture of it holding it on the front of one of the drawers just as an example. Holds it very well, holds it easily. I've used it for extension cords, other things like that, but I don't use it for my grease guns anymore. As you guys can see possibly down here in the video, in the corner, I have actual grease gun mounts now, so stay tuned for that video. I'll have a video on those, but these little magnets work very well. They range $7 on average. Sometimes you can get them as low as like $5, just depending on the sale or the coupon that you may have. It is available in 7 different colors as well. I just have the black, but they do now have it available in, you know, the red, green, gray, white, all of those. So definitely worth the $7. A very strong magnet as well as a heavy duty hook here. So definitely a good buy there. Next up are a couple of products, or actually it's just one product, but I have 2 different versions of. One I purchased about 6-7 years ago. The other one I purchased about a month ago. I've used the one that I've had for 6 or 7 years. I've used for multiple things, moving some water heaters, some heavy stuff. It's easier to use one of these guys than it is to possibly put it on a 2-wheel dolly or move it by hand. Using this simple product makes your life a lot easier. So these run like $14, not on sale, and you can get them in various different sizes as well. They range anywhere from like $14 to $40, just depending on the size, as well as if you get a full plank or if you just get the framed version. The reason I picked up another one is because I'm removing my rear end out of the Camaro, pulling that stock one out, and we're putting a 8.8 rear end in it, and I want to be able to move the rear ends around easily, and this is going to allow me to do so. So it's got like it's built of 1x4s, and then it's got a carpeted top and some 2-inch casters. The old one that I have is a Hallmaster, and it's funny because it says new on here. So this was new to Harbor Freight when I purchased it, and now their new one is the Franklin. It's literally the same thing. The casters may be slightly different. No, I'm pretty sure they're the same thing as well. You got some nylon locking hardware here at the bottom instead of just standard nuts. That's the only difference. So on their website, I'll have pictures posted up. They still have both versions available online, but the last, I don't know, 5 times I've went to Harbor Freight, these are the only ones available now. So I don't know if they just haven't removed them from the website, but I haven't seen these on there. But literally, it's the same thing. They support up to 1,000 pounds, at least this size. This is a 1,000-pound dolly, 3-inch hard rubber casters, sorry, not 2-inch. And then carpeted just to protect whatever you're moving, and it makes it easier to get items on and off of it. But I've used this one here quite a bit and haven't had any issues whatsoever. You can get like a 2-year warranty replacement for it for $3. It's a couple 1x4s. You could almost just go to Harbor Freight and buy 4 casters and a bunch of 1x4s aren't cheap right now. Let's not get into that. $14. Get yourself some wooden dollies. Helps a lot with heavy stuff around the house or shop. Fantastic to have. So simple enough. That one is 18 inches long and 12 inches wide. Next up is an item that I actually used to have many years ago, close to 7 to 10 years ago, but don't have anymore, but would definitely recommend. If I didn't have a couple other brands right now, I would go back to it just because of how affordable it is. That is the Harbor Freight Pittsburgh Dead Blow. A lot of people use it. It is extremely cheap when comparing it to a lot of other dead blows. So the dead blows range anywhere from $7 to like $13. So no matter what size you need, they got them from 1 pound to 4 pounds, I believe. A good variety, 1.5 to up to 4 pounds, and very affordable, especially when you start looking at some other brands out there. Now, do I like having my USA made ones? Yes, I have 3 different dead blows now. I have an Ulsa Tools one, which is a larger one. I have a USA made one from Tecton, which I absolutely love. And then I have a cheap, smaller Chinese one, which I use for, you know, the stuff that, like, if I'm afraid I'm gonna break the hammer or destroy it, that's what I'll use, just in case. So if that one ever goes bad, I will be replacing it with the Harbor Freight one. But I had the, I wanna say 2 pound one about 7 years ago, and it lasted a very long time until I want to say I was removing an exhaust. It was all slipped together exhaust, and I was trying to separate pieces that went over a rear end, and I was hitting on the actual open end of the exhaust, and I caught it right on the edge of the hammer, and it gouged it pretty bad. Didn't completely destroy the hammer, but it made it really awkward to use. Well, at the time I just tossed it in the trash, didn't think anything of it. I didn't realize I could go in and get a free one or a free replacement. I had no idea. So that's what a lot of people will do. They'll get those because they're extremely affordable, and you can get one for free. Or if you just want another one, you can buy another. I mean, they're $7 to $13. I mean, it's extremely affordable, and you can just beat on things with these and not worry about it because they're extremely durable. And no, they might not be as nice as some of the USA made ones out there, but for $7 to $15, if I just am beating away on something and destroy it, it doesn't hurt my soul if I destroy it in the process. But they are very durable, especially for the price. So that is definitely one to consider if you're looking for a good, affordable dead blow and something that you can replace easily if need be. Next up, we're going to be talking about a product, and I want to specify that these are not the best. Now, I'm saying this because in the comments, I want to cover it, basically stating that no, these are not the best. They are great for the price and they have their place. That is the Harbor Freight drill bits. There's going to be somebody that says, "Oh, why are you saying purchase this if they're not the best?" That's not what we would go to Harbor Freight for. We're not looking for the best tool out there. We're looking for something that does the job for a very affordable price. And depending on your situation and how much you'll use these will determine if this is something that's worth it to you. But that is their drill bits. So I have a lot of USA made bits. I have a Milwaukee bit set and some others. The USA made ones I use for the high quality work and stuff. Harbor Freight bits most definitely have their place. Whether you're a weekend warrior DIYer that may use this drill bit set 5 times a year, if so, you don't need to go and spend $100, $150 on a drill bit set for high quality bits, because you're most likely just drilling through drywall, some 2x4s, small things like that. These will do it all day long, no issue. Now, if you're a professional and your job is like machine work and stuff, that's probably not what you want to go with. But there is that place in the shop environment as well, automotive, that you will find yourself in situations that you know it is very likely that you're going to destroy this bit, break this bit. And the last thing I'm going to do is go ahead and stick one of my $20 drill bits in there and destroy it. So picking up a cheap, affordable set like this, no, it might not be as easy to drill whatever you're working on, but at least if I destroy that bit, that's not going to crush my soul. This entire set cost less than one of my USA made bits, so I am perfectly happy with this. Any drywall work, any woodwork, go to all day. This is their very cheap set. This is the black oxide. They have black oxide, titanium, cobalt, and various different sizes. You can get the Warrior brand, Bauer, and Hercules. They have various different size sets, a lot to offer. And no, I'm not saying they're the best bits in the world. far from it, but they definitely have their place and they're very affordable. So if you're a weekend warrior DIYer, fantastic if you're just going to use them a few times a year. Or if you do a lot of drilling or use a lot of bits, it's always handy to have that cheaper set around just in case for those scenarios that you may find yourself in that you don't want to destroy an expensive bit. So whether I snap one of the small ones or end up doling out the tip on one of the larger ones, it's not gonna hurt my feelings. I paid less than $15 for this set. I've had this set for a little over 5 years now. I think I've broken 2 bits and they're very small, and it wasn't even the situation, it was me that did it. So I'm perfectly happy with it. They're gonna range anywhere from $15 for a set like this black oxide up to $70 for some of the little bit nicer and larger sets. So just keep those in mind if you are somebody that doesn't necessarily use bits a whole lot, or if you're constantly finding yourself in those kind of awkward angled situations. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. All right, so the next item up is going to be the last item, 5 items for this video, and we'll have a couple more videos like this, so stay tuned for that. But the next one up is actually the shelving, and Harbor Freight, as far as I know, just has 2 options. They have the US General 4-tier shelving and the Yukon 5-tier shelving. I have the 4-tier US General, and then the Yukon is a little bit larger and it is a 5-tier instead of a 4-tier. So you have another shelf and it's a little bit bigger. But at the time when I purchased these 4 tiers, I don't think the Yukon existed. I've had one of them for close to 10 years and the other one for about 4 years. And I got into a lot of car detailing. I also have a lot of products that I keep stock for the Camaro and our other vehicles. And I zip tied these shelvings together and it worked perfectly. So let me just go ahead and show them to you. The US General 4-tier is $35 and the Yukon, a little bit larger, is $60. So I don't think the Yukon's worth quite double. They're both rated to hold almost, I think the Yukon's rated 165 pounds per shelf and the US General is 200 pounds or 190 something pounds, something like that. They're both rated to hold quite a bit of weight. These have held up very well. Plus these are solid shelves, like it's got a flat surface, where the Yukon has a lot of holes and slits in them, which I prefer just the standard flat shelf. I think for $35 it's hard to beat. So I'll just quickly show them to you and that'll be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts on these items, as well as some items that you may have found that you really enjoy. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. So that is it. I have 2 of the systems here and it is zip tied right in the middle. I just went down the front and back and zip tied them at the top and bottom, and it's held the shelves together very nicely. So up top, I have a couple cases of ATF, as well as my shop vac, my carpet cleaner, my steam cleaner. And then moving down, I have all of my car cleaning chemicals. Sorry, I have my table right in front of it right now because I'm working on doing the rear end and brakes and everything in the Camaro. But other than that, this shelf consists of spare coolant, ATF, oil, gear fluid, brake fluid, all those types of chemicals for the Camaro build. I always keep stock in that. And then on the very bottom, more cleaning chemicals as well as spare parts. I have a whole set of spare spark plug cables, spark plugs, sensors, pumps, hoses, belts, all of that. And I've used these shelves for almost 10 years, and I think for $35, they are a fantastic choice, especially if I didn't have these, there'd be a pretty big mess. So definitely helps me stay organized, even though this over here does not look quite organized right now. I got a lot going on right now, all right? Yeah. So that's it as far as this video's 5 tools from Harbor Freight that I think are worth it. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.